G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL.
You're looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval and their range of affordable SUVs.
We want to give a massive thank you to all of the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL sponsors.
Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club.
GE Industrial Solutions.
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort.
ISC.
Prime 7.
Bar TV Sports.
The Entertainment Grounds.
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery.
Marks Men Workforce.
Please support our sponsors that support us.
And we'll catch you on the radio 6 to 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
It's like I'm dreaming, you're the one I'm all about. Say
The Haval H2. From just $23,990 drive away. Every drive is a surprise. Have it all.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Dick Bell Oval. For those of you joining us for the first time today, good afternoon. My name's David Redden, and alongside me is our expert commentator and Warners Bay resident guru, Lucas J. Holmes. Lucas, good afternoon again, and welcome to Newcastle City and Nelson Bay, mate.
Thank you. Good afternoon, David, once again. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Looking for elimination final football. It's going to be very entertaining, this game.
It is. Still think that Newcastle City is strong favourites.
Yes.
Want to see how they try and handle Nick Gill. I think I wrote during the week that I think that there'll be a variety of guys playing him, and Barton may come back in the slot and try and shut him off. But Newcastle City aren't just dependent upon him. I think they've got winners all over the ground. Nelson Bay's got to get... Jaden Reimer's got to be the best player on the ground. Luke Price has got to kick 4 or 5. And, you know, Nelson Bay aren't without a show, but for mine, City are clear favourites, Lucas.
Yes, I agree with you in that comment there, David.
So just to wrap up quickly of scores today, in the women's preliminary final, a ruthless performance by Newcastle City, 151-1 over Maitland. And in the game that just finished in the second semi-final, Terrigal-Avoca 110 defeated Cardiff 64. So Terrigal-Avoca have a week off and play in the grand final on 2nd September, and Cardiff can prepare for Newcastle number 1 next Saturday. Lucas Holmes.
They can. I'll just read out the Nelson Bay team for everybody. Number 2, Adam Grenier. 3, Matt Jews. 4, Harry Freund. 5, Luke Price. 6, Louis Jews. 7, Tim Duval. 9, Joel Eriksson. 10, Aaron Clayton. 12, David Wood. 13, Chris Eddy. 14, last year's Elliot Davey medalist Jaden Reimer. 15, Ryan Mudd. 19, James Bellman. 20, Todd Thornton. 24, Ryan Reedman. 25, Billy Barton. 26, Ben Eddy. 27, Jeremy Eddy. 29, Ben Grace. 30, Alec Clark. And 77, Braden Hearn. And the emergencies, Joseph Parsons, James Anderson, and James Fleming are not playing.
Just before we go, that's Billy Barton and Abe Gibson in the centre. It's Watland, O'Malley, Knight, Batten, Rawnsley, Harder, Payne, C, Knight, Keast, Baker, Triffett, Blanchfield, Crawford, Gibson, Cam Keast, Nick Gills in 24, Liam Dwyer, Max Quinlan, Mitchell Black, Ethan Durbridge and Patrick Gillingham in number 69. Our Bar TV crew, our EP is Liam, and our camera operators are Clay and Audrey. We thank them for their great service and look forward to working with them during the game. Mitchell Knight back on the field for the first time in 4 weeks after a 3-week holiday being given to him. We're away. Elimination final. Barton gets that one down. Sean reads it well. Grenier hands off. Gets a left footer out. Oh, that could be picked off. Not quite. Jeremy Eddy gets that ball down. Now running into space was Reimer. Clayton. Ball comes out. Oh, here's a chance early. Oh, that's gone. That's a spin around move. That is gone. And paid.
And just, sorry, quickly, just the umpires, David. Joey O'Brien, Stephen Bloom, Pat Lally on the field. Boundary umpires, Nick Hickson, Lincoln McCauley and Mayo Luck. Goal umpires, Tom Sullivan and Jake Lowe. On the emergency is our friend Ryan Stanton.
And Jake Lowe's 201st game of BDAFL football today after doing his 200th earlier this morning. So, Nick Hickson with the football out on the far flank. Now, Breeze, for those of you who have just joined us for the first time today, bottom right to top left of screen. Quite strong at times. Billy Barton out to Reimer. Mitchell Knight picks that ball up, left-footed down the line. Drops short. Great pick-up. Gillingham gets a handball out. Back to Knight. Chips that one up. One-on-one contest. Great mark. Really good wattling. Goes attacking side of the ground. Gill trying to tap that ball out. He's got Chris Eddy on him at the moment, I think. Oh, the ball goes to ground. Ben Eddy there, one of the Eddy twins. Grace over there gets bumped out of the way. Liam Dwyer's out there and the ball out of bounds, half-forward flank. So Gill looks like Chris Eddy's starting off at him. There's Gill at 24 at the back of your screen. Is Mudd going to him? No, Chris Eddy's coming back. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Cam Keast, Mitchell Knight kicks it out and actually hits Keast. Aaron Seen in front, Ben Grace.
To be honest, all the matchups as well in that front half will be interesting. That forward line of Quinlan, Gill and Courtney Knight is fairly imposing, David.
It is. Short pass beautifully taken there by Freund. And Grinya down right in front of us. And he's gone. Has a bounce. Short pass. Falls right to Clayton. Very well done, Nelson Bay. Looking at his options. Goes long as he possibly can. It's a good kick. Oh, Price has got the city. Can he fashion a goal? No. Beautifully smothered. Off ground. And Barton kicks the first goal of the match for Nelson Bay. Billy Barton kicks a goal just sitting there in the pocket. Unmarked. And we have a goal. Nelson Bay, 1 straight 6. Newcastle City yet to score.
Hunter Haval, looking for its feature-packed premium SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval and the range of affordable SUVs. Starting from just $23,990, drive away with a 5-year warranty and 5 years roadside assistance. Hunter Haval, give you more. Book your test drive today. Yeah, just as we see there on the replay, Billy Barton hanging at the back of the square by himself. Kicks the ball through for a goal. First goal of the match there for Nelson Bay. The ball's just being returned to the centre. We see Billy Barton back in the centre for this next ruck contest.
Thank you, Lucas. Good stuff. Well done. Keast gets that football out. Thank you, Lucas, for that.
No problem.
Nelson Bay up and about here. Freund gets that football, goes forward immediately. Almost marked. Now, where are the Rovers? There's Jeremy. Left foot over the shoulder. Another one! What a start from Nelson Bay. Jeremy Eddy's their second goal after 3.5. It's Nelson Bay 2 straight. Newcastle City yet to score. Lucas Holmes.
Belmont 16-footer sailing club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For all the latest news and promotions, visit 16s.com.au or find us on Facebook, the home of the Black Diamond AFL.
Very good shepherd there by Luke Price. Kept his man out and let Jeremy Eddy have a little left foot snap. So what a start for Nelson Bay, Louis. Wow.
Just what they need, though, David. They need to keep... It'd be hard to keep up that tempo for the rest of the game, but that's what they need to do.
Oh, yeah. Keast and Barton. Barton double-hander gets it out. Almost a free kick to Grinya. Mitchell Knight's going to put a shepherd on. Oh, intercepted. No. Batten's out there now. He's got a chance with Grinya. And out there as well was Jackson Crawford. So right out near the shot put cage. So 12 points to lead to Nelson Bay. Nice and early in this game. Conditions not too bad, considering how bad it's been at times. They're not bad for footy. It's not very warm, but it's no rain, which is great. Push out against Keast to Barton. Gives him a mouthful too, the umpire. I want to be careful. Billy's got this football. He's going to chop it up, put it up, hot spot. Oh, that's a push out in the back, I thought. Should have been a free kick, Newcastle City, not paid. Nelson Bay are 2-1-13. Newcastle City yet to score, and Nelson Bay have come out flying, Louis.
They've hardly had their hands on the football to set up. They have Newcastle City as Baker or Ronsley. Goes long towards Scene.
Jeremy. Sorry, Louis, keep going.
Back into the slot. Down in front. That was Harley Conn in there with the handball out the back. Back to Baker, who goes wide. However, the ball... No. Trickles over the boundary line. Umpire Mayo Luck says it's mine. Back to you, David.
Thank you, Lucas. Good job.
Thank you.
So Keast and Barton look like they'll contest this ball up here. Price unattended on the side. Now he has someone on him. Out from Barton. Sam Payne gets a little short handball out. In there is Watling. Luke Price does a very good job. Nelson Bay are right up here. They're ready to rock and roll. Jeremy gets a handball out. Another handball comes out. Could they kick another one? No, they can't. Actually, should have kicked that. Yeah, he's shaking his head, is Joel Erickson. He knew he should have kicked that. 2-2-14. And as Rawnsley goes back to take this kick out, he'll get the ball out the Daintree. So Nelson Bay working a zone. Clayton over here at the point of the square. Reimers on the right-hand side. So a zone defence being worked. Let's see if they can work it through. Comes out, Combox side. Keese goes up. Barton at the back gets hands on it. Lovely handball comes through. Blanchfield needs to take that mark. Use his leg beautifully. Mitchell Knight, very skilled player. Elliott Davey medalist. Still a very handy football. He shanks that though. Commentators Moz out of bounds in the fall. And Ben Eddy, the younger of the twins, will take a kick right next to where Lincoln McCauley's spotting that mark. Nick Liam Dwyer has the football off to Ben Eddy. Here we go. Punch out. Well read by Crawford. Crowley, that was Triffett. Hands out there. Payne goes straight down the spine. Should have taken that mark. Got a chance. Here's Patrick Gillingham. Gets a handball out. Courtney Knight's on it. Gets taken to ground level. Gets taken out the contest because of it. Dwyer. Chance coming for City. Knight's at the back. Just pops that up as far as he can kick it. Gill's at the back if he can get a bounce. He doesn't. Quinlan also gets bamboozled. The veteran Grace just sees it out of bounds nice and quietly. Stoppage for City up in the pocket. Lucas Holmes.
It'll be interesting to see how Nelson Bay's defence cope with this first attacking raid of Newcastle City. See how well they are set up behind the football.
Boundary umpire Macaulay with the football. Tap out from Quinlan. Clearly wins that. Second tap out from Quinlan. Goes to ground, does Gillingham. Not pushed in the back. And we have a ball up. Max Quinlan's going to take this one along with Braden Hearn. So the primary ruckman here are not contesting this ball. Quinlan's going to win that one again. Does some good work. Mitchell Knight straight through. That ball might have been touched. Called by Lincoln McCauley. So ball sitting down there in the pocket. Nelson Bay trying to smother. Trying to get bodies in. Gill's over there and Chris Eddy, and that's still a worry for mine with his size. See how that pans out during the day, Louis, I suppose. Yes. Here's Gill now pushing the back and paid. Nicholas Gill, that was victim of a push in the back, and he'll take this kick, very tough angle, about, I reckon he'll kick from 43, just on where those athletics lines there. A kick with the bare patch is. They'll end up kicking on there. I'm just pointing to the screen, but I know I can see what I mean. Gill's got to go back on his angle here. Tough kick, Louis, this win. He's almost going to kick this at the right goalpost. He
does, but you'd expect a player of Nick Gill's quality to go back and have a shot, though.
One of his weaknesses when he played football at the highest level was he's not a great set shot. Let's see how it goes here. Coming around. Narrow side, always narrow. Newcastle City are away. 1 point. Nelson Bay 2-2-14. And we've gone 9.5 minutes elapsed time. Lucas Holmes.
Looking zone defence of Newcastle City as well, as Mitch Knight is instructing his troops. See how they break through this Nelson Bay. They go long to the outer side.
Kick out from Chris Eddy. No one takes the grab. Quinlan was contesting there. Payne's in there. Can he put a tackle on? Gets the footy. Ducks his head. Interesting handball. Comes out. Now they're looking for options here is Blanchfield. Going back is Quinlan. Going back further. Still got the footy. Rawnsley puts that one up. Anyone's from there. Rovers needed. No one can get their hands on the footy. Is that out on the full? No. So right out there near the transection of the 50-metre arc and the boundary line. 10 minutes gone here with Nelson Bay up by 13 points. Early goals to Billy Barton and Jeremy Eddy. Keister's up in this one. Now that ball's a short throw in and will be called back in. He may come in, a couple of metres, Louis, off the line. He does. So Hearn and Keist in this one. Good throw in. That ball favours Keist slightly. Blanchfield can't get a tackle on. Thornton's in there. Bellman, strong man Bellman. Grace just gets the football away. And, not quite a start from Newcastle City. They certainly haven't come out flying, Louis.
They haven't. And you've just called Todd Thornton. He'd be right up there. He'd be in the top 2 or 3 for their best in Ferris this year, David.
I think he and Reimer would have it raffled between them, Lucas.
Yes.
Freund. Mudd. Long right foot up. Good punch. Good disciplined defensive play. Matthews underneath that ball. Good tackle. Harry Freund. Gee, they've missed him at times this year. Good play, this fella. But he's picked off by Cade Triffett. Now, Triffett's going to go short. Finds his coach, Mitchell Knight. Mitchell Knight, short pass. Looking for... Oh, good pick up. That's a good mark, DeVal. Goes with his left. At the back. Rawnsley. No, that one was Baker. Mitchell Knight tries to ride the tackle. Thornton in there. Lots of head over the football. There's no ball just comes out, but the umpire's blown his whistle. Jerry O'Brien. Certainly going with the elite there with Bloom, O'Brien and Lally Lucas Holmes, aren't we?
It is.
Cam Keith, good tap out. Beautifully read at the back by Mudd. Gone. Not paid. That one's gone too, to be honest. Umpires letting it go. Fair enough. Be consistent. That's cool with me. Players like it too, don't they, Louis, if there's consistency?
He does a lot letting the play go, Joseph O'Brien, which is a very good attribute of his.
Durbridge and Matthew, it is. As long as they're consistent,
Yep.
players will play to umpires being consistent. If you're in front and they pay you all the time, fine. All right? We've got good umpires in this league, to be fair. They're well coached and there's some experience. Patrick Lally's a very competent umpire. So is Jerry O'Brien. And a lot of our umpires are really good. Stephen Bloom as well. Ball comes out here. Oh, that's over the shoulder to Freund. Not paid, not seen. Ball still in. Matthew. Little quick kick comes out. Dangerous area. There's Jaden Reimer. Handball's out. Finds Snowy Clayton. There's a short player on there. Harder Collins out there with Ericsson. Oh, hang on. Ericsson's got a chance. He's going to turn onto his right. Grinya! Behind. Adam Gunya behind. Nelson Bay 2-3-15. Newcastle City a point. Matthew in front of us in their zone defence. Baker. Lovely left-footed pass. That is not Kate Triffett, David. That's Liam Dwyer. It's a 1-on-2 out there. And how he's done that, I don't know. He's gone now, though. Yep. Had too many men on him. Nelson Bay are really playing good footy here. Todd Thornton's going to go square. And he's found, oh, gee, I thought Jeremy had played on there. He's found Jeremy Eddy. Now, Jeremy doesn't need to play on because he can kick that with this breeze. And it's moderate. And can we use his played on to DeVal. What's the skipper done? Smothered off the boot. Another kick coming in. Smothered again. Matthew. Oh, steps his man. They need to get that to Price. If they can get it in his hands, look out. Great tackle, though. Really good. Going through. Grinya! Another one. Wow. What a start. What a start from the Marlins. This is what they did last year. Played well in the cutthroat final. Nelson Bay 3-3. Newcastle City a point. LJ?
GE Industrial Solutions. GE Industrial Solutions. Partnering with the mining community into the hunter for the past 50 years. Delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Also proud sponsor of the BDAFL women's competition.
Big cheerio to PK up there in Singleton. Paul Kelly has got a lot to do with that GE sponsorship. We thank GE for their fantastic support of our wonderful women's competition, which Lucas Holmes is expanding to 15 sides next year. That is remarkable.
Sure is, David. It's great to see.
Yep. Especially when we see some of the athletes that we saw this morning and this afternoon.
Yep.
Bloom with the football. Stephen Bloom. Keast. Barton. Keast goes over the top. Sitting the back Reimer. Grinya, who makes an enormous difference to this side. DeVal just gets that ball out. Newcastle City want to wake up soon because they'll find themselves 4 or 5 goals behind. And in this weather, that is not an easy target. Over the shoulder. Not paid. Grinya comes out to DeVal. He's gone in trouble. How he got that out, Reedman, I don't know. Grinya, who's been just about the best player on the ground so far in the short period we've had. Great Mark Taunton, who I think will be first or second in their best and fairest. I agree with our expert commentator, Lucas J. Holmes. Clayton couldn't get hands. Good body strength by Mac O'Malley. Turns around at Clayton, tries too many things, and ends up getting out to Jeremy. Looking for plays. Has a bounce so he can keep going. Taken out of that. Now here is Baker. Very sensible kick to Durbridge. Another left footer. Been under siege a bit, this Newcastle City back line. It's a 1-on-4 here, and Gilliam beats a lot of them. Well done, Patrick. Gets that ball across the ground. It's dangerous, but he could have taken that. Good Batten. It's dangerous, and a ball will be held in, I think. Luke Price in and under. So is Macaulay O'Malley. Lucas Holmes.
It's almost a win there for Newcastle City, however, because Nelson Bay had the numbers there from the scrubby kick from Newcastle City player, however, but they were lucky enough to hold the ball up.
Barton just beats Gibson. Getting that ball out was Baker. Up and under. Gill, who hasn't been given much service so far, hasn't been a factor. Duval goes long. One-on-one contest everywhere here. Got to stay on their feet. Well done. Oh, trouble. Thought he'd done that very well. O'Malley gets that ball out. Here's Rawnsley. Was Baker being tackled? Grignard. Surely that's a free kick.
Yeah.
Thank you. Straight back professionally from Aaronson. Off goes Thornton. Clayton's free. Wow. They couldn't be 4 goals in front, surely. This bloke's a good kick too, although this will test him. Ladies and gentlemen, Breeze going bottom right, top left of your screen. So Clayton has to manage his. He has to kick this ball low and kick it across Breeze, Louis.
He does. Cross Breeze bring to the left of the goalpost. Aaron Clayton, the man on the mark, there is about 40 to 45 metres out from goal. Not much angle to speak of here for Aaron Clayton. We'll see how he goes with this kick. Here he goes. Slow and deliberate approach from Aaron Clayton. Strike, it looks pretty good, but it's good. Goal for Aaron Clayton. Nelson Bay, 4 goals, 3-27, leading Newcastle City's sultry point.
ISC have been at the cutting edge of designing and manufacturing apparel for elite sporting teams for over 20 years and are proud to be the official apparel partner of the Black Diamond Australian Football League. Well called, Lucas Holmes. Good kick here, wasn't it, Louis?
It was, David.
In those conditions. It held up. Here we go. Watch it hold up. And goes over. What a start. This is massive.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is what Nelson Bay had to do. And you wonder if they'd have had this sort of side on the paddock every week. Like, Vasey's not playing. Vasey's not out there. I would have thought he was in their best 18, let alone the 22. Good call, Lucas Holmes. Barton's beaten Gibson again. Reimer hasn't got too many touches. Price has been there or thereabouts, but Grignard has been superb. This is out to the dead pocket. That ball will go out. That Breeze just takes it. No, it stays in. Durbridge goes short. Oh, great mark. That's twice in 5 minutes. Patrick Gillingham, very well done. Goes long. Can't quite get Courtney Knight. Good defence. Crawford's away. He'll have some toe here. Can he find Gill? No, he's gone to Quinlan. Oh, couldn't get there. Dropped that one. Grace did enough. Good tackle, Nicholas Gill. Grace is at the back line and professionally takes it over. They just can't get the ball to Gill. Can they? One out.
They cannot.
Nelson Bay have been good as well. Sorry, Louis.
Yeah, no, but so it's not really the day for key forwards with these blustery conditions either, so the Rovers will have to be roving to Nick Gill's feet.
Admittedly that, but now Peter Van Dam kicked four, which is a very great effort in this weather. Ball held in. For those of you that weren't here earlier on, Terrigal-Avoca 110 to Cardiff 64. Terrigal-Avoca qualifying for the grand final, which you'll see live on Bar TV on the 2nd of September. Newcastle #1 sports ground. With my great man Lucas Holmes right next to me. It'll be our last final for a while, Louis.
Well, all 3 grand finals on the 2nd of September, though, David. We're in for a treat that day.
Yes, get me the throat lines. Just the voice doesn't get hurt. It gets a bit sore after 3. Big day, though. Out that ball comes Chris Eddies at ground level. Matthew out towards Reimer. Here's the great tackle on him, though. Oh, that's gone, is it? Gee, Reimer's questioning that because he thought he got the ball out. Puts that ball up. It's just it's in. It's a 1-on-5 here. Gillingham again nearly somehow takes a mark. Price gets a quick handball out. Left-footed rush kick comes out from Duval. Well done by Harry Keast. Oh, nutmegged Gibson there. Reimer gets that ball out. Ball out, is it? Yep. So, extraordinarily, Newcastle City goalless after 20 and a half minutes elapsed time is quite remarkable. How much time to go, please, guys, in the quarter?
Just under 4 minutes, David.
Thank you. Barton again in front. Gibson might be best off running off him instead of trying to go body. Long ball coming. Anybody's ball. This Pagans paddock in operation. Who's going to get the football? Looks like City have got it. No, Clayton. No, sorry, that was Snowy Clayton. Barton's flying down the wing. Gibson's going to put pressure on him here and does really well. Barton does well as well. Good football. Matthew gets a little short kick away. Ericsson. Handball's back. Freund. He's away. Now he's going to get tackled. Comes back to Ericsson. Can City do something with the turnover? Lovely handball. Barton gets picked off by O'Malley. Away they go. Little scrubby kick comes down. Again, a big crash ball here. Luke Price. Oh, lovely and classy work. Has a bounce. He's got a left foot. Can he find someone? No. Just put off balance. They're just not smooth today, Newcastle City. They're just not off their game, being put that way by a very committed Nelson Bay. Now, who's going to get this football? Jeremy Eddy's over here. That's dangerous. Way he goes. Now he's got a left. Gets a good piece of it. What's going to happen here? Picked off by Harder-Kynan. Gets the handball out, so he's not going to get pink for holding the ball. Should put a Shepherd on. Ineffectual, really. Ducked his head. Won't get a free. Umpire says play on. And Patrick Lala says that'll be mine. Good football here. Nelson Bay being very committed and, quite frankly, wanting to win this more at the moment.
They are. They need to be for 4 quarters to get that win, however, David.
I thought there was interference on Gibson there. I thought Ericsson went the man rather than the ball. So, ball inside the 50-metre arc. Mayo Lux got the footy. We are 22 and a quarter minutes in elapsed time. And Gibson and Hearn have this contest. Gibson a double-hander, punched away. Ben Eddy's in there, taps it over. Gibson a quick kick, falls to. And marked there, that's a good mark. That's legit. David Wood. Short pass, can he get someone? No, Rovers needed. There's Spencer. This is a big ball here. Harder-Kynan and Spencer. Spencer turns him. Can he get a mark? Lovely grab, Thornton. Oh, he's dropped the ball playing on. No tackle made, however. Oh, good spot, really. I think that's Matthew out there. It's not because it's left-footed. Whoever that kicked that ball was left-footed, and that ball's gone through for a point. Wasn't Matthew, my bad. 4-4-28, Nelson Bay. What a start. Newcastle City, a point. Newcastle City theoretically running into the wind, to be fair.
Yeah.
But they are going to get a massive spray at quarter time. They have been second to the football, out-enthused, out-hustled, haven't played smart, and are really quite, at the moment, hanging on against a very impressive Nelson Bay side. So they've gone zone. Be interesting to see what they do when Newcastle City kicking down win next quarter, if they stick with the zone. Rawnsley, wide, touched and marked. Not paid? No, didn't quite get it on the fourth go. Patrick Gillingham, thank you, yes, because it was touched. So Hearn's in this contest with Abe Gibson, 20 and 77. Ball favours Gibson. All over him really was Hearn. Coming through, Baker. Gill, very well done to Val. And that just gives you a nice little nudge. Gill wants to go on with it. Be well advised not to do that. I heard today that Clayton might be on his way to Melbourne with a posting, so might be his last season. Well, will be his last season for the Marlins. So that's a big loss for them. Good, just means he's been a good player. That ball has gone sideways in the air with that breezes. Has now picked up Deluxe. Mitchell Knight, short ball, picked off. Going in there was Batten. Matthews in there. Patrick Gillingham, he's had a very good first quarter. Oh, picked off though. Grinya. That ball's going to roll out of bounds, which will be a good result for the Bay. 27 points the difference. Here we go. Silent. What a start for Nelson Bay. Nelson Bay 4-4-28 through 4 individual goal kickers. Adam Grinya, Aaron Clayton, Billy Barton, Jeremy Eddy. Newcastle City, no goals. Lucas Holmes, your synopsis before a quick break.
Very dominant first quarter performance there for Nelson Bay. Newcastle City didn't have that much time on the much time with the ball in their hands, meaning that they couldn't set up the defensive structures behind the ball to stop the attacking raids of Nelson Bay. You think Mitch Knight and co-coaches Mitch Knight and Tim Cotter may have a bit to say at this quarter time break.
Look, knowing Newcastle City's pedigree, I don't think that they'll panic, but they'll certainly want to get some more people into the game. We'll be back with you shortly with Nelson Bay leading by 27 points in a bit of an upset at quarter time.
It's like I'm dreaming, you're the one I'm all about. Say
The Havel H2. From just $23,990 drive away. Every drive is a surprise. Have it all.
G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL.
You're looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval and their range of affordable SUVs.
We want to give a massive thank you to all of the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL sponsors.
Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club.
GE Industrial Solutions.
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort.
ISC.
Prime 7.
Bar TV Sports.
The Entertainment Grounds.
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery.
Marks Men Workforce.
Please support our sponsors that support us.
And we'll catch you on the radio 6 till 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
Back with you at Dick Bell Oval in Nelson Bay with Newcastle City having a good listen to co-coach Tim Cotter. They'll need to come up with some answers here. They need to get first hands on the football. They've virtually got no one in the game, Lucas, who... Luke, I'll give Lucas a feed. I'll have a bit of a chat with you. They haven't had too many winners, and they've Cam Keese has been okay in the tap-outs, but honestly, they need to really pick up their game. Nelson Bay have come out flying here at their home ground, to be fair. Have a look at that breeze, and you can hear it now. It's picked up once again. And Nelson Bay about to kick into it. So we'll just see how Newcastle City go about it. And, you know, they're one experienced side. One thing they will not do is panic. Jaden Reimer there, part of the Reimer Balcom Incorporated. And Sophie to play later on with the Nelson Bay ladies side. Women's side, and she was talking to us earlier on, very confident today about having a good game. They're very wary of Alison Parkin and the Gosford Tigers, so it'll be a very good game that we'll be fortunate to watch Lucas Holmes. Welcome back, mate.
Thank you. It will be a very good contest this afternoon in the women's semi-final.
Preliminary final.
Sorry, thank you.
Yeah, it is preliminary final.
Still 3 quarters to go here, however.
Away we go. Stephen Bloom with the football. Gibson and Barton, just to Barton. Pushing the back, must be, not paid. Payne, what's going to be the decision here? Probably the best decision of the lot. Stephen Bloom says, I'll have that, thank you. So there's a stack of players around the football. Gibson misses out that one, they both do. Now, free kick here for something that's paid by the non-controlling umpire to Billy Barton, is it?
Yes.
It is. Given back properly by Aaron Seen. Gibson's wondering what the heck that was for. I think most of the people on the ground are. Harry Freund, who makes a difference to this side. He gives them just that extra runner, bit of extra quality. DeVal flying down the field. You could see the effect the win in on that ball. He had to go behind him to get it. Ericsson, who's playing forward today. Ball kept in. I thought that had gone. That's over the shoulder. And missed. And a boundary throw-in coming in. Should have been a free kick there, but unfortunately it's the way it goes. So that's the Newcastle City faithful in front of you. Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. That's the Nelson Bay faithful in front of you. Gibson just beaten by Barton over the top. Durbridge, left footer. Got to take that Mark Crawford. Can't. Kept in. Watling and put sent out by the vastly experienced Ben Grace. Nelson Bay up by 27 points, Lucas Holmes, and quiet start to this quarter.
Has been from both sides.
Barton, good right-hander. Benetti does the right thing and gets it forward, looking for his brother. Newcastle City defenders swarm. That ball will go out of bounds. Durbridge and Louis Jews. So Louis Jews didn't get many touches in that quarter. In fact, that may have been Louis who took that ball late in the first quarter, who I called as left-footed.
Yep.
That would have been Louis, so my bad. You won't be happy I've called him his brother.
Sure it would happen a fair bit, though.
Yeah. Pippa won't be either, else I'll get a clip from Pippa. No, that's not happy for that. Out to Crawford. Another punch forward. Barton gets worth a kick. Yeah, dragged out of it. Free kick to Baker or Rawnsley. Can't quite tell at the moment. Looks like Baker to me. Rawnsley, thank you. Out we go. Through the pack. Oh, that's gone. Free kick, Patrick Gillingham, who's been probably City's best player today. He's been really good, taking up a couple of excellent contested marks. Gillingham goes square. Finds his coach. Lovely step from a vastly experienced player. Straight down the spine. Can he spot someone up? Yep. Oh, nearly a mark there to Black. Ball held in. That's the sort of delivery they need.
Yep.
They need to get one-on-ones with their marking contesters, inclusive of Gill, because Gill's just so much bigger than Chris Eddy that they can expose that. Barton gets it out. Mitchell Knight gets it up towards the Gill area. Oh, dragged out of it, I thought, and paid. There's the size there. Chris Eddy's got to drag him down, Lucas.
Yep. And
Gill gets the kick. So Nicholas Gill's going to go back and take a shot at Newcastle City's first goal for today, which would remarkably be 3.5, 4 minutes into the second quarter. I don't think anyone would have tipped that. Gill takes his time. Got to kick it left side of the post in this weather. Does. What an effort. Great work, Gill. So Nick Gill, the first goal of the day to the Newcastle City Blues. Newcastle City 1-1. Nelson Bay in front by 21 points, 4-4. Lucas Holmes.
Prime 7. In 2017, Prime 7 has every big game live and free. Coverage includes 4 games every round on 7 Mate, including Friday and Saturday night and Sunday afternoons. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Yes, and last night they had a superb game of our code to broadcast from the magnificent Adelaide Oval. And Sydney, goodness me, they're in form. Abe Gibson gets that one out. Lovely left-hander, read by Reimer. Out to Grinya. Out to Benetti. Goes straight through. Big unit Benetti is. Off to Freund. Very well done, Nelson Bay. Chain handball. Ericsson stays in his feet. He can keep that one in and go. Goes short for Reimer!
It was a great shepherd there from Louis Jews, which allowed, was it Ericsson to get round the outside? It was very well done.
Most unselfish from Louis, yes. So, just to give you an idea of this breeze, Jaden Reimer's got to hit this just outside the right goalpost. Have a look at Audrey's pictures from here. Oh, it's hit the post. He swerved it beautifully, just missed. 4-5-29, Newcastle City 1-1. Kick out coming. Now Nelson Bay staying in the zone despite the fact they're against the breeze. Looking. Going to go down the spine, is he? Yep. Slightly combox side. Goes to his big blokes. Cam Keys couldn't get it out. Mac O'Malley goes straight through. Mitchell Knight's in there. Couldn't stop Thornton getting the football. Crash ball coming. Now Jeremy Eddy's dangerous in here. Very well read. Got to get it. Oh, lovely handball under pressure. Really was good from Rawnsley. Now it's a 1-on-3 out here. Matthews got time. Who's he going to hit? Puts it up. That breeze. It's now a free kick coming. Newcastle City to Trifford, I think.
Unrealistic marking attempt there. This is a free kick was paid for.
And they're away down this line. Gwibson. Now Scene's read this beautifully. Gets a horrible bounce. Benetti puts pressure on. Puts it straight back down where it came from. Hands off. Luke Price can't get his hands on the football. Durbridge or Will onto his left. Touch ball, I think. Not. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I heard the words touch on the microphone. Mitchell Knight roves off Keast. Gets the ball going forward. DeVal gets a diabolical bounce. Courtney's in there. Can he get it off to someone? Wood's over the back of him. That's almost holding the ball. David Wood take a free kick. Goes square. Ryan Muddy's looking for. Benetti holds his ground under enormous pressure and takes an excellent contested mark over the burly Cam Keast. Reimer. Drindler's looking for a Shepherd. Not yet, though. Reimer goes long. To the advantage of no one really, possibly Harry Keast. That ball, no, it's going to hold up. Harder-Kinen's back there. Where's Jake going to go? He's going backwards and finds Triffett right at the quarterback. Not paid 15. Harder-Kinen's away. He's got space. Usually a pretty good deliverer, of course, commentators Moz. Ben Grace runs around. He'll turn back onto his right, no doubt. Coming back there. Goes long. Who's at the back? Clayton. Oh, well done from the experienced Rawnsley. But a mark taken tumbling. Yes, Todd Thornton. Off to Reimer. Too far out to score. Low driving kick. Price misses. Great work defensively. Out that ball comes. Oh, no, it stays in there. Mudd's in there. Belmont, I beg your pardon. Harry Freund. Can't get enough purchase on that. Touched by Cade Triffett with his foot. Cade Triffett just stopped the goal. Nelson Bay 4-6-30 as the weather starts to fall in here. Newcastle City 1-1-7. Nelson Bay holding strong. Harder-Kinen a mark in front of Matthew.
Need to make the most of these scoring opportunities when they're going against the wind, do Nelson Bay.
Expert commentary from the great Lucas Holmes. DeVal at the back. Pressure
Almost
put
in
on by
danger.
Payne. Yeah, it was dangerous play. Gill's got a 1-on-2 and Chris Eddy beats him. Free kick coming, I think, to Nicholas Gill.
Yep.
Reckon he might have been pulled out of that. Not by Chris Eddy, that's David Wood, is it? No, it's not.
Ryan Reedman.
It's Reedman. Thank you, Louis. Gill's starting to get his hands on the footy. Payne drops one. Too much pressure, Jeremy Eddy. Payne beats him. Just gets a kick out. Just right a good tackle. Reedman, that's a push in the back. Not paid. Chris Eddy, right near his brother. Shanks a left footer. Barton picks it up. Barton gets a long ball down as he had to. Oh, good grab. No, sorry, didn't grab that. I thought he picked that up. Harder-Kinen, the quarterback, designated quarterback, despite in the absence of Haswell. Lovely work by Reedman, gets that ball out of bounds. Lucas Holmes.
Very good spoil there from Ryan Reedman. They are missing, as you just said, you spoke about Connor Haswell, they are missing his rebound and intercept marking off the half-back line, Newcastle City.
In my humble opinion, he's the best backman in the league, and when he's not playing, it makes a massive difference. So Nelson Bay holding on very well here, 23 in front, going along nicely. Harder-Kinen, a very good replacement for Haswell, just quietly. Superb player. Oh, good tackle. Really good. They're so committed, Nelson Bay. Lucas, we're seeing the best of them. Why haven't they played like this all season? Explain that to me.
That's the thing, that they've had that many changes because of obvious reasons, because most people with the RAF up here are based, so they can't really tell if they're going to play or not. When they have their best side on the park in Nelson Bay, they are very competitive, as there's a push going the way of Newcastle City. Watling, thank you. Young Sydney Swans Academy product. There's a shot that's thrown out the back there. To Mitch Knight, who goes handball over the top. Harder-Kinen goes long. Looking for and finding Nick Gill. Inside for who squares immediately. Barton tries to chop back for the intercept mark, however. No one to, however, in the middle. Is that, no, Baker. Palmed off there. Great tackle there. Baker goes again. Goes long down the line. Finds Grinya. Grinya immediately plays on. Switches inside, looking for Freund. And takes a mark. Harry Freund. What a mark. Just inside for... Oh, no. Is free kick.
No, he's actually paid the man. What he did was he made his hands and decision that Triffett was in front, Louis.
Yep.
So that's a fascinating... I'd love to see that on replay. But he stuck with his guns. Well done, Louis. Good call, mate. Blanchfield out the back. Triffett under all sorts of pressure here. That's gone. He fair dinkum dropped that football. Triffett goes back for more to his immense credit. Batten's in there. Tries to get it out. Does. Big contest coming. Barton there. Ericsson's with him. Good tackle, Blanchfield. Comes out to Watling. And away they go, Newcastle City. Keist's away here. Can he get some space? Being chased by Mudd. Needs a bounce. Gets one. The big burly man goes forward and finds Nick Gill. Misses him. Gets a handball out. That's a handball. Oh, he's paid holding the ball. Fascinating decision. And Chris Eddy will take that. Good tackle. Here we go. Watch this ball.
That's the...
Sorry, with respect, that's the wrong decision. I think that should have been paid to thank you for that replay, Liam. And away we go. There's a point to Newcastle City, Lucas Holmes.
Thank you, David.
Luke Price at fullback. Comes out, defensive side. Quinlan's in front, and that's a mark in front of Reimer. No, he had contest. He had complete control of that. Ball thrown away, dubious. Yeah, that was a fascinating decision. Yep. And to be fair, Patrick Lally was a lot closer than we were, but I only saw that Harry Freund got hands. I didn't see Cade actually get hands on it. Okay, Audrey's camera's here, right down on ground level. Really good pictures. We'll shut up. And pulls it left. Couldn't quite get the breeze to work for him. So another point, City. City 1-3-9. Nelson Bay going well into the breeze, 4-6-30. They'd love a goal against the breeze, Louis.
They would, and they've had a fair amount of time in forward 50, just haven't been able to capitalise as yet. As the free kick, as the kick goes, is that Durbridge on the far side?
It is. Short. Couldn't quite get Crawford. Scene will finish. Misses. Goodness me. Newcastle City 1-4-10. Starting to get some football. 4-6-30 Nelson Bay. Gill's had a reasonable quarter. Chris Eddy with the football. Here comes the zone defence. Grace is his short option towards the boundary up on the left, and Chris Eddy comes this way. Combox side and gives it shocking kick. Unseen. That ball was a Fairningham helicopter. Thornton trying to clean up. Chris Eddy's going to have to get that out. Not 30 seconds at Chris Eddy. I want to replay. Jackson Crawford. That ball goes out. And Nelson Bay are playing convincing football. Convincing and committed and disciplined, Lucas.
That's the main thing. You need to be disciplined against this Newcastle City side, because if you give them cheap free kicks, they will make you pay, David.
Oh, absolutely.
That was an unrealistic attempt there in the ruck by Hearn. However, it goes unpenalised. However, there's now a free kick going to Hearn for block out in the ruck. Thank you.
I think it might be Hearn's here. That's Thornton.
Sorry, it is.
Chris Eddy. Short, finds Grace. Grace will go back and take his time. Goes on the left, brave but accurate, and finds his skipper Deval. Again goes short off one step. Almost a lovely mark out of kind, and comes back and reflexes of a cat. Scene's going to get onto his natural left. Dragged out of that, I thought. Now, Ben Eddy's called for it from Grace and got the football. Well done, Grace. Good spot. Ben Eddy in space. Twin brother over here in front of us. He won't go that far backwards. Got the max headroom haircut. Everybody gets bamboozled by a diabolical bounce. Harry Keast in there. So's Matthew. Grinya. Lovely, sharp handball to the solid Bellman. Mark will come here. Yep, you can't give Rawnsley that sort of space because he'll kill you. Keast, 1-on-2. Gets a handball back to quarterback. Stephen Batten's there. Chips it up. Looking for no one in particular. Scene's in there trying to get his hands on the footy. They've quelled Scene today. He's been quiet, hasn't he? Good player, but he just hasn't got his hands on the footy.
No, he has been fairly quiet. They've kept tabs on him so far.
That breeze isn't getting any lighter. Patrick Lally, and the weather is starting to close. Wouldn't be surprised to see some precipitation later on, unfortunately. Quick kick comes out. David Woods. That's a goal. I'm not sure who kicked that. Did you see who kicked that by any chance? Thank you very much. Aidan Watling, a very, very clever goal. And under all sorts of pressure. Newcastle City 2-4. Nelson Bay 4-6. Lucas Holmes.
Star 104.5 FM. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and has proudly supported the Black Diamond AFL since 2005.
104.5. Louis? So, that's a much needed goal. Here we go. In traffic, 40 metres out. Wood despairing effort, and Courtney Knight's two-hand salute. And Newcastle City back to 14 points down. They need more goals this quarter, though, Lucas Holmes. They've got to take advantage of this, not gale force breeze, but decent breeze. Max Quinlan in the ruck. Oh, tackled by Price beautifully. Ball comes out. Newcastle City's way. Courtney Knight in front, bamboozled by the bounce. Gill trying to get in front, trying to make a contest. Chris Eddy, who's very good at ground level, gets the football out, kicks it to his brother. Everybody tries to take mark, and roving beautifully is the Elliot Davey medalist, Jay Reimer, with a magnificent kick that hits Eddy, which he should have marked. Batten interferes. Quenlin does get a kick to that. No, sorry, he got a kick to that. That's legit. Out that ball comes Mitchell Knight. Stephen Batten, left footer out. Now there's space here for City if they can get a bounce. Patrick Gillingham. Scenes on here. Can he do something? He's on his left. What's he done? Found Cam Keast in space. Handball needs to be given to Gill. They're putting him off here, the big man. Oh, what a good effort by Nelson Bay. Cam Keast tries to take him on, and Grace and Chris Eddy do a great job. So, under the rules, as Lucas Holmes was talking earlier on, this cannot be put through the behind post by Nelson Bay. They cannot put it through or else it's deliberate. Out by Keast. Gill sitting at the back. Blanchfield, no, smothered. Courtney Knight, that's dangerous. Pushed off it by Bellman. Now, is that going to be called deliberate? Waiting in the umpire? And he has. That is a deliberate out of bounds paid by Joseph O'Brien, and that'll be Liam Dwyer in the dead pocket, Louis. That's fair dinkum better than Elvis over there. They're good luck kicking the goal from there.
It was a very good call there from Joseph O'Brien. Just trying to get some yardage to try and relieve the pressure, but to no avail as the ball's coming straight back in.
Dwyer pops it up. Now, is it out of bounds on the full or through from behind? It's a behind. Newcastle City 2-5-17, Nelson Bay 4-6-30. Only the 2 goals this quarter, both to Newcastle City with this breeze, which you can hear in your effects mics. It's quite strong.
Yeah. Nick Gill and Aidan Watling, as we just saw in the past few minutes.
Eddie gets that 50 metres out, and Jake Harder-Conan's had really starting to get some influence in this game. Needs to kick that open side to the fat side of the ground. He's done that really well. Everybody's up here. Can they get a rover? Mud. Dangerous here. Right-hand handball comes out. Quick left foot kick from the lightning Jackson Crawford. Oh, was it Cade? No, that was Cade Trifford. 2-6-18, 4-6-30. So it's 2 goals of difference. City starting to work their
way into the contest.
Thank you, Lucas. Yeah, despite me having a coughing moment there. Apologies, everyone. Chris Eddy's going to go short. Is it his mate Grace? It is. Or no, that's Grinier, is it? Off one step. Oh, Harder-Connor missed a chest mark. Black's in there. Little short, sneaky handball comes out. Blanchfield's got room. Patrick Gillingham goes open side. Gill's got a 1-on-3 and he's being held back. To be honest with you, his arm was held there. Jaden Reimer under all sorts of pressure. Another tackle, Mitchell Knight. Another tackle comes out. Tim DeVal. Lightning handball misses the mark. Nick Gill from an impossible angle. And that ball will go out of bounds in front of Courtney Knight, and it will be a throw-in to be thrown in by Nick Hickson. Lucas, 19 minutes elapsed time gone. Just grinding away, aren't they?
They've done well, though, the Nelson Bay defence to only keep with Newcastle City with the win to 2 goals so far.
Agreed. Keast in front. Gets that tap out, tries to go open side. Seen will be tackled immediately. No, he wasn't. Got a left foot kick to that. Not sure if that's 15. Everybody goes up. Keast is in there. Jaden Reimer gets it out. Out to David Wood, out to Tim DeVal. That's a poor kick, and Nick Gill's going to take a shot here, and he's kicking dead set downwind. He's going to ignore that. Oh, no, he hasn't. Oh, man, he kicked that 60 metres. So, point, Newcastle City 2-7. You wonder whether that's going to cost them later on. Nelson Bay 4-6, 11 points. LJ?
We saw that with Terrigal Avoca's kicking earlier, David. Was it 15 goals, 5?
Finished something like 17 goals, 8, 110 to 9-10, 64. Lucas?
Correct, thank you.
Christopher Eddy's got the football. Gets it to the 50-metre arc just. Jason Ryman misses a mark. O'Malley goes to punch when he should have grabbed it. Aaron Clayton gets the ball downfield. Rare opportunity for Nelson Bay. They're away here if Grunier can slot a handball. He can't. Ericsson gets it out. Matthews got a chance. Needs to use that player running off him, which he does. Steps inside. Matthews there. Can he get punches out? Just can't quite get clean hands of the football. Durbridge as well. Off to Blanchfield. Back to Durbridge. 1-2's clever. Now, Max Quinlan's on his own. He needs to go quickly. Does. Fine Scene. Scene's on his left now. He should deliver well. Puts it up. Wise move. Courtney Knight and Nick Gill. Nick Gill roving. Can't quite grab it. Ducks his head. Gets it out there. Pat Gillingham's roving. Well done, Nelson Bay. Lots of pressure on it, except it comes back to Macaulay O'Malley. 60 metres out. Who's he looking for here? Goes wide to the dead pocket. Looking for Courtney Knights. Couldn't grab it. He's still in. Ball still in. And it's another behind. City 2-8-20. Same amount of scoring shots. Nelson Bay 4-6-30. Lucas Holmes.
They had the opportunity there. Courtney Knight really astutely used his body just to nudge Chris Eddy as he kicks to himself. Goes to this commentary box side.
Max Quinlan. Good pluck above the shorter Grinya. Looking at his options here.
Oh, he's in. Oh.
Yes, Lucas, that was a 10-metre infraction. Gill's sitting under this one bravely. Need the Rovers. Pat Gillingham's got to get rid of that football. He's dragged it in, and he does. Good body strength. Gone.
Yep.
Eventually had to be gone, and Ben Grace will take a kick. That looks like rain. That is. So the first time today we've had rain, everybody's scurrying for cover. Harry Freund. This is going to reduce the scoring options in this game, Lucas. Now the weather comes. Jeremy Eddy beats his man. Can he beat Harder-Kynan? I doubt it, with a lovely left foot kick. Looking for his brother. Found his twin. Chance here, Ben Eddy. Can he kick a goal against the Breeze? He has. Wow, that's going to be big in the context of this game. Ben Eddy off his twin brother, Jeremy. Massively important goal against the Breeze. Nelson Bay 5-6-36. Newcastle City 2-8-20. LJ?
Bar TV Sports. Bar TV Sports specialise in the live streaming and broadcasting of local sport, including the Black Diamond AFL. Bar TV Sports, making your game the main game.
Looks like that's been a brief shower, and I do mean brief. And as Louis Jews gets the gown off, and away they go. So Ben Eddy turns his man, turns Max, hits that, and the goal umpire moves to his left. Jakes gets right underneath that and goes through the right hand half of the goal. And Joey O'Brien says that's 6. So very, very important. Nelson Bay back to 16 points in front. Lucas, this could be the type of game that 8 to 10 goals will win the match.
Yeah,
I reckon. And we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Dwyer in front, has a paddock. Can he get the football? No, he can't. 23 minutes. Oh, no, that ball's gone. Has he paid that deliberate? He has. So he's going to get him around the mark. So that's another deliberate kick, Lucas.
Yep.
See that Breeze in the background. Oh, great mark. That is superb, Jeremy Eddy. Love to see a replay of that, please. That was brilliant in this weather. Ball bamboozles Reimer down from Mac O'Malley. Away they go. Kate Triffitt's got chance now. Can he deliver? One-on-one contest for Patrick. Now Gill's at the back. Can he get contest? Can he get the football? Does eventually. Patrick Gillingham goes short. Seen. Job well done by Thornton. Seen stays in the contest. Trying to get it in. Trying to get a handball in, I'm sorry. And Stephen Bloom in front of the faithful. Lucas, this is a very entertaining game of football. Here we go. Jeremy, watch this pluck. Fourth man in. That's a cracker. In this weather, that is such a good mark. And Nelson Bay will be very happy with that quarter, keeping City to 2. Nelson Bay 5-6-36. Lucas Holmes will give us the goal kickers in a minute. Newcastle City 2-8-20. Louis, the goal kickers both sides,
Goal
please.
kickers, firstly with the leaders, Nelson Bay. All single goal kickers to Adam Grinya, Aaron Clayton, Billy Barton, Ben and Jeremy Eddy. And for Newcastle City, goals to Aidan Watling and Nick Gill.
We'll be back after half-time and 15-minute break. Lucas and I will go and stretch the legs. Back with you shortly for what should be an enthralling second half of this elimination semi-final.
It's like I'm dreaming, you're the one I'm all about. Say
The Havel H2. From just $23,990 drive away. Every drive is a surprise. Have it all.
G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL.
If you're looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family, check out Hunter Haval and their range of affordable SUVs.
We want to give a massive thank you to all of the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL sponsors.
Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club,
GE Industrial Solutions,
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort,
ISC,
Prime 7,
Bar TV Sports,
The Entertainment Grounds,
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery.
Marks Men Workforce.
Please support our sponsors that support us.
And we'll catch you on the radio 6 to 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
welcome back after the fantastic feed that we get from Nelson Bay every time we hear Lucas Holmes and everybody in the com box. Lovely hot feed. We thank them very much. Nelson Bay are 5-6-36. Newcastle City 2-8-20. Don't think many people in the league would have thought that score was a possibility. With the exception of the weather gods, Lucas Holmes, who have conspired to produce a cold, blustery day. And we're away in the second half. Gibson and Barton. Barton left-handed. Reimer, who's been good today without being brilliant, out to Wood. And away they go again. They're getting open a lot, Nelson Bay. Oh, Claydon in front of Mac O'Malley. Now, this would test Snowy Claydon to the max. It's cross breeze, although it's down breeze. He's going to kick from right on 50 metres. Welcome back, Lucas Holmes.
Thank you, David.
Claydon. I don't think can kick this, but we'll see. That's touched on the line. Very close. Nelson Bay 5-7-37, Newcastle City 2-8-20. And Lucas Holmes, for this game to be really close, Newcastle City has to kick a goal or two against this breeze.
Yeah. And need to keep Nelson Bay to 2 or 3.
Correct. Harder-Kinan's got the football. Little short bullet is taken. Baker goes long as he can towards Keast. The ball swerves at the end in this very strong breeze. Grace is there. He's been serviceable today. Reimer, there's the Rolls Royce coming out to Val. Left-hand handball out to Freund. Goes square, comes square to Louis. Louis got that mark in the centre circle. Grinya's running for him hard. Ignores it, goes longer. Eddie, Jeremy up there. Claydon goes, listens to the voice from Grinya. That's tapped on. That's not 15. Jeremy Eddie, right-hand handball out to Claydon. Beats the tackle from Mitch Knight. Beats another one. Gets it long. Price! Great football, Nelson Bay, smaller men. And Luke Price will go back and elegantly slot that goal, and we have a boil-over on the cards. For the first time today, Lucas, I'll say that, look out, anything's possible now. They're 23 in front. Let's remember, Newcastle City has a great pedigree, and they will have the breeze in the last quarter. But goodness me, what a start for the Bay.
It sure is a great start from the Bay, from their superstar in Luke Price. Great to see him back and injury-free, touch wood.
Still reckon he's lost some... he still looks very trim to me.
Yeah.
And I wonder how well he's actually been. I know he was crook early in the year. And I just wonder... excuse me, everybody. I just wonder how Luke's going with his health. But that was good, and he's been okay today, been solid enough.
He has been good.
That's what Nelson Bay needed early, and as Lucas Holmes said, they need to kick a couple more because Newcastle City are going to come home like a... Well, you wonder how Newcastle City come back because they don't seem to have too many answers at the moment, but right now, people have got to really start to wake up and start to run, and they've got to get Gill out, one out, which he is at the moment. Barton, read well by Mitchell Knight, gets a right foot to it, goes to Jackson Crawford. This is what they need to do. Crawford's got to get that ball. What a tackle, Harrison Freund. Great chase. I do like the idea of Crawford, though. He's trying to take the game on, which they have to do. Good mark. Ericsson gets it out, goes long. Ball bounces over everybody's head. Reimer's in there. Here's a chance. Jeremy Eddy, he couldn't, could he? Left-footed. Oh, post. I think it'd have been touched anyway. So, Nelson Bay 6-8-44 in front by 4 straight goals of Newcastle City 2-8. Ball comes wide. Looking for Jay Crawford. Misses. Claydon could kick that, you know. No, shanks it right. And that's actually gone all the way out of bounds in the full. The breeze picked it up. And Luke Rawnsley will take this out of bounds free kick with Jaden Reimer on the mark. Lucas?
They have given it away in the dead pocket, though, so there's only the real option of going long and down the line. So Nelson Bay should be able to set up for that.
You'd hope so. Rawnsley's going over there searching for the footy, and he's got it. Jay Reimer's waiting for him. And as Lucas Holmes calls beautifully, has to go long. Keast, good, too much body strength for Mudd. He is a big
bopper, Cameron Keith. He's a big, strong man.
Very smart man as well, David.
Yeah, doing a medical degree, about to be a doctor very shortly. That's a GP. That's I think he's doing the same course that Marcus Delure is doing at the University of Newcastle. So I think that's a Bachelor of Medical Science and a Bachelor of Medicine or something like that, or a Doctor of Medicine, something like that. It's a double degree.
Something too complicated for you and I to fathom.
No, not for medical. I understand how the degrees work, but yeah. Different universities have different setups of medical degrees, but it's an extraordinarily difficult course. And well done to Cam. Seen, who's been kept quiet today. They've really worked hard on him. Hasn't had many opportunities to run away with the football. There's a chance, and again smothered. That's what they've done to Seen today. That is exactly what he's probably their best player.
Yeah.
And they've shut him down to a certain extent and kept him quiet and made him earn every kick, Louis.
And kept him in a phone box. Haven't allowed him too much space at all.
Oh, Lucas Holmes, I'm most impressed with that one. Kept him in a phone box. I'll have to use that. Lucas Holmes, ladies and gentlemen, he's our expert commentator. Another good tackle. This is what Nelson Bay have done all day. Can they keep it going for the next quarter and three quarters and come away with what would be an extraordinary upset win? Barton gets it down. Cameron Keith gets that one out through pure strength. Oh, there's almost a mark to Pat Gillingham. That wasn't Gillingham, it was Jackson Crawford. Ball comes out, Watling. Here's a chance. Dwyer, can he keep that ball in? Does. It's still in. Wood. Oh, what a tackle! What a superb tackle, Dwyer. Asking for a holding the man ball decision, not paid. Umpire Lincoln McCauley's got this football. Gill and Barton in the contest. Gill, too much body strength there. Ball at ground level. Patrick Lally says that'll be mine. So we've gone 6.5 minutes elapsed time. Lucas Holmes is looking at me like he'd like to say something.
No, keep going, David. It's all good.
Thank you. Oh, lovely spin move, Christopher Eddy. Gets it out to David Wood. And Mark taken Ben Eddy. Goes long. 1-on-2 now. There's Pagan's paddock in operation. Can Ryman get the football now? The very experienced Harder-Kynan reads it beautifully. Has a bounce, beats Reimer. Well done, Harder-Kynan, and delivers on the full just to Macaulay O'Malley. Reimer's asking if that was marked, but it was paid that way. He's gone sideways. He's away. Play on called. Pressure here. What can Crawford do? Just about as much as he possibly could, I reckon. Oh, what a good mark, Durbridge. Really skillful and courageous. Spots up Sam Payne in the middle. There's another bloke who's not here. Enright. Forgot he wasn't playing. Patrick Gillingham gets wamboozled. Tim DeVal gets that one. He's been very good today, DeVal, in the half-back area. Reimer, he's got real good reflexes, but for once gets beaten. Payne just gets a handball out. Quinlan out to, that's out to Baker. Baker goes direct.
No, that's spoiled over
Crawford.
slightly.
Yep. Now, Dwyer's got some space. If he can get a bounce, he'll get a chance. Being pressured by Chris Eddy. Handball coming to Seed. Can Thornton shut him down? He can, as he's been done all day. Mudd's got to get this football or get it out. Does a reasonable job. Christopher Eddy's going to come square. I think that's Grenier it is. Now, Grenier looks like to me he's got 5 metres. He has. Tries to beat his man. Perfect handball from a backing up Chris Eddy. Here's a big contest. Durbridge had to win that one over Matthew. Player on short. Takes the mark. Watling? Yeah. Short. Perfect pass. Patrick Gillingham. I would think Lucas in this breeze too far out, although looking at those trees above, it's again abated somewhat. They're all to the left. Gill's come on a lead. Couldn't hit him. Coming through. Now, here's a chance for it to come straight back. Durbridge will want to get onto his left. Goes backwards to quarterback. Gibson looks for and finds Quinlan, who's come out of the forward line, Lucas, and is playing in the back area. Harder-Kynan, it's a 1-on-2 out there. Oh, they've outmarked pointlessly by Wood. What a good effort that was. He's gone square and across goals and has found Chris Eddy. Can he get the football? He can. Just couldn't. I thought if he'd picked that up clean, he was a chance. Grace was running off him. So Mayo Luck has the football. Lucas Holmes.
Needed that to stay in. Did Nelson Bay players. Had a 2-on-1. Did Grenier.
Yes, they did. Mayo luck with the left-handed throw-in. Quinlan wins that one out. Mitchell Knight reads it beautifully. Grace interferes. Mitchell Knight comes back. Hearn does a good job. Good tackle, Payne. Although as he has called that holding the ball. Thought it was an effective tackle. Scene's on. Oh, gee, they just can't get him. Here he goes. Scene, can he get onto his left? Gill. There's so many defenders there today. It's like a swarm of blue and yellow. Grace, he'll want a handball off. Dangerous play here. And it's gone, and they're away, Nelson Bay. David Wood can find someone there off. No, he hasn't. Hits the hammer cage in front of Ericsson. However, they've cleared danger just for the moment. Lucas Holmes.
They have, David. They've held up fairly well, I would say, so far, the Nelson Bay defence against this very potent Newcastle City attack.
Just won this quarter to
Luke Price.
To Price, that's right, early on. Thank you. Not sure if that's enough. We'll have to wait and see.
No,
At ball just out, just to the Newcastle City side of centre wing. And we have a 4-goal lead to Nelson Bay. Lucas Holmes and David Redden with you on Bar TV with our EP Liam and our camera operators Audrey and Clay doing a great job outside in this weather. Max Quinlan dragged out of that, should have been a free kick, not paid against Hearn. Comes out, there's another one over the head to Harrison. Freund gets the kick. He'll want to go quickly because he is a quick player. Chips it up. Goes over the back. Reimer, this is dangerous. If Jaden could get a chance here, he's kicked it off the ground. Jay Reimer! Post. And puts them 5 kicks in front. Nelson Bay 6-9-45. Lucas Holmes.
Yeah, just needed that to sort of kick on instead of turn. Did Jaden Reimer. It would have been gold for Nelson Bay.
Another zone defence. It's worked well today. It's an interesting tactic that they've used. A couple other teams in the league do it, Terrigal Avoca, but they've done it well today, Nelson Bay. They really have shut... Oh, that's... Oh, not paid? Goodness me, that was a mark. If Max Quinlan's was a mark in the first half, then that's a mark. Sorry, respectfully disagree. We move on, Lucas, as we do, don't we?
We do.
Hearn's up, Quinlan's up. Shepherding out. And a kick to Hearn. Well. So the very experienced players, Bennett's over there telling Hearn to go back and take his kick. Clayton's there, Ben Grace there. There's some experience there. Lucas, go.
Hearn's played a significant time of ruck in the ruck today as he approaches. Billy Barton's had a fair amount of time on the interchange bench. I wonder if he's carrying some sort of niggle. But Hearn's done a substantially good job as he comes in and goes to the near side. Point for Nelson Bay. Nelson Bay, 6 goals, 10-46, leading Newcastle City 2 goals at 8-20, 12.5 minutes gone, David.
And this is the type of accuracy at goal that I would have expected in the game one, Lucas, with these sort of wins.
Yeah.
This sort of conditions. So Nelson Bay up by 26. And looking, Newcastle City just can't score. Oh, that's a good mark. Really good floating back. No, just got to clear away. Thornton, who's been terrific this year, and Lucas and I have said this, we won't belabour it too much, but he and Jaden Reimer will be 1 and 2 in some order for the Nelson Bay best and fairest in my mind. He has been terrific.
Found that a bit strange from Newcastle City from the kick out, just trying to go straight down the middle of the ground against the breeze.
Thornton's got to hit this to his left, and he has. He put that in the perfect position. Unrealistic attempt by Ericsson.
Yes.
And paid. So I'm not sure who the beneficial will be of the free kick. Is it Abe Gibson?
Rawnsley.
Thank you. Yes, Rawnsley.
Thanks, guys.
Keast has the sit. Gets a one hand up. Harder-Conan reads that beautifully. Ooh. Oh, I thought, well, I'll give that to Luck. Luck was in the right position. I thought that Jake had kept that ball on the top of the line. But anyway, you'll have to go back, Mayo, a fair way, I think. Here we go. Just have a good look. I'll pay that to the boundary umpire. Well done, Mayo Luck. Newcastle City people didn't like it, but Mayo Luck was actually in very good position. Tapped out by Mudd. Max Quinlan tries to get a ball thrown just quietly. Spencer, left-footed. Grace can't get there before it goes out of bounds in front of Mac O'Malley. Newcastle City have only kicked 2 goals in over 2.5 quarters, which is remarkable defensive work. Short. Trouble. Freund gets there. Durbridge roving beautifully. Uses that elegant left foot of his and perfectly finds Jay Crawford. Short. Watling gets him. Square. Batten gets him. Quinlan's still on over here. No, he's going to ignore him. He's too far square. Straight down the guts. Blanchfield there. There's Jeremy Eddy. Don't know what he's back doing at half-back flank, but there he is. And he's spotted someone. If he can get that ball to... No, he can't get it to Louis. Louis on here. Can he step his man? No, held out. Bellman's over there. Got to get rid of it. Does enough. Watling intercepts beautifully. Matthew can't get his hands on it. Stephen Batten gets it up to the arc. Keast. Good grab. Had to be his. Much bigger man than Reedman and wanted it a lot. Who's he looking for? Someone's gone left side. Crawford. That is such a tough kick. Good lead, Crawford, but now he's kicking into the teeth of this. If there's a bloke in the league that's got the skill to do it, it's this bloke. This bloke's a very skillful player.
He is.
And massively important kick against the Breeze. They haven't kicked one against the Breeze. Looking at that scoreboard, no, they haven't. Jackson Crawford. The whole ground's just watching in anticipation. How can he do this? Low. Narrow side. Point. Newcastle City. That's the right one, Louis. 2-9-21. And Nelson Bay, importantly, 5 kicks in front of them. 6-10-46. We've gone 16 minutes elapsed time into this third quarter. Game in a fascinating situation right now. Chris Eddy goes to himself, as he's done many times today. Gives it a roost. Gibson. Good grab, Abe Gibson. Second attempt. Short. I thought Gillingham should get that. He was the man in front. Okay.
Rawnsley?
No, I knew it was Rawnsley. I was just concerned because I thought Gillingham was in front. Anyway, that's irrelevant. What I think. I'm sitting up here on the mic. I don't think Rawnsley would have kicked in a more important one if he can do this. That is a massively important goal in the context of this fixture. Luke Rawnsley off a very good grab. Newcastle City, first goal against the Breeze, 3-9-27. Nelson Bay, 6-10-46. Lucas Holmes for a very rare ad read in this quarter.
The entertainment grounds on the Central Coast. The entertainment grounds has quickly established itself as a premier events location on the Central Coast. The entertainment grounds is an indoor and outdoor multi-purpose community facility for functions, events, festivals, weddings, exhibitions, as well as horse racing.
Lucas Holmes, if you cast our minds back exactly 7 days, Newcastle City were in almost this exact same position against your beloved Warners Bay at Fayette and came home like the wind. We'll just have to wait and see if they can do that today. Quinlan gets that ball forward quickly. Jeremy Eddy coming through, and I think he's playing loose in defence in this quarter. That's a good guy to have loose. Away goes Jeremy Eddy. Couldn't quite get rid of the football. Can Quinlan make him pay with a turnover? Not yet. Batten gets the football. Hand seen. Should have short handball out. Macaulay O'Malley. Starting to play some footy now, Newcastle City. Here comes Chris Eddy straight through. Gets on onto his left. Who can get the football? No, at the backs, Jeremy. Can he get his hands on it? No. Off goes Black. One-on-one situation. Cameron Keast will take that out every day of the week. Call in the background there of good Black to Mitchell Black for a good bit of work. And can Cameron Keast kick another very important goal against the Breeze? Lucas Holmes. Let's go. Keast. No, narrow side. Newcastle City 3 goals 10. Nelson Bay 6 goals 10. So Newcastle City within 3 kicks, 46-28. Not too much longer to go in this quarter. 18.5 minutes elapsed time. Chris Eddy, as he's done all day, kicks to himself. Ball drops short. They've just started to get in this Newcastle City. Someone's going to stand up from Nelson Bay for the rest of this quarter and probably kick a goal. Newcastle City's going okay. They've really kept parity, and Nelson Bay need more. Barton, there he is, Lucas. He's back on. Thornton gets that ball out long. Bellman's up there in front, along with Gibson, who's been serviceable today, to be honest with you. Louis Jews will get onto his left, and away he goes. Space here for people to run to. Can that ball stay in for Clayton, or is it going to run out of bounds? It stays in, and he keeps it in with the Ronaldo tactics. Oh, they couldn't. Good result in the long run, Louis. Stoppage right deep in the pocket. Takes up time.
It is. They needed their territory as well. They would camp inside their back half for a good 5 or so minutes there.
They were. Now, it's up here. You can't see this on the screen, but Nick Gill and Chris Eddy are on their own in the arc, and there's not many people up there. So Newcastle City putting a lot back. They don't need to give up a goal late here. Barton, right-handed. Well done, Rawnsley. Handball comes out now. He's Durbridge on his non-dominant. Gets a good kick out. Who's going to take it? Oh, Black's had a very good last 5 minutes. Seen on the non-dominant. Gets a grubber out. Oh, the ball bamboozles everyone. They don't want to let Crawford out in the open. He's lightning. Seen onto that cultured left foot. Keast in and one out. Can't quite grab it. Roving is Black. Roving is Grace. Keast picks it up. Gill's almost on his own out the back. Chris Eddy, who's been superb today, drops that down. Spencer misses what he needed to take. Grenier at ground level has been quiet this quarter. Can he get the football? Comes back again. Barton needs to get a handball out, Spencer. Play on called. Away goes Spencer. And Clayton's got himself in the open. Now, if I know Clayton, he will realise he's down Breeze. Oh, he's going to play on. Who is that to? Oh, my goodness. He must have spotted Wood and not seen Harder-Kynan. He was kicking down Breeze, Lucas.
Well, just as I could tell in your voice there, in that last passage play, it really picked up the pressure around the football from both sides there.
Everybody in the whole ground, including us in the combox, we know what's at stake here.
Yeah.
It's sudden death, and this is really exciting. It doesn't get much better than this.
This next goal will be crucial, I think, David.
Man, you're killing me, Louis. Out the back. Clayton. Reimer. He couldn't kick it from there. He's too far out and against that Breeze. Barton needs a handball out. Next best option's a short kick. Everybody's punching it out, trying to get hands on the footy. Clayton's there. Great tackle on him by Mo Malley. And Newcastle City come out of that well. However, Luke won't be happy with that. He's missed a chest mark. He's going to try and come back. Black, who's been superb in the last 5 minutes. Magnificent tackle on scene. Price comes back. Freund's in there. This game's picked up deluxe. Freund, great tackle, Newcastle City. There's an injured Nelson Playboy at the back. I can see that, Louis. Thank you. Jeremy Eddy up the front. Carter-Kynan goes to punch. Matthews in there. Trifford out. Durbridge out. Great tackle! And paid! Who's made that tackle? Can't tell. Matthew, is it? You don't want to push one juice because the other's going to come in. This is Lucas Holmes' call of a minute and a half ago. He's pressing here. Matthew Jews is kicking almost straight down Breeze. And this is a huge kick in the context of this game. Matthew Jews will kick from about 35 or 40 out. No, it's off to the right. Won't make the distance. Mark at the back, Quinlan, I think. Yep. Jaden's up there with him and comes back on the mark as he's ordered to do by Stephen Bloom.
That was Adam Grenier, that injured player, just got back to his feet, David.
Thank you. Mark, interference. No, not paid. Fair contest. Nelson Bay starting to get back in the game. They've got to get that ball across the goal. Max Quinlan will take a free kick for out of bounds on the full. Guys, how much longer in the quarter, please?
40 seconds, David.
40 seconds. So we're likely to have a 3-goal lead for Nelson Bay unless something extraordinarily dramatic happens in this last quarter. Quinlan hasn't been told to go around. He hasn't been given permission to go around yet. Clayton on the mark. Bloom says away we go. Quinlan will be well advised to kick this as long as he can. Out on the full. And it was. Now, Nelson Bay's got a chance here. No, they haven't. So whoever takes that kick has technically got an opportunity to kick that a goal. Whoever is the free kick person. So it's actually going to be Alec Clark. He would have to kick the free kick person. Thanks, guys. I had no idea who it was because I couldn't see who was in the mark. Clark's got to kick the barrel of his life here. Actually gets a fair bit of that, and it goes out of bounds in the full, off into the Daintree. So we have the end of the quarter, and it's stayed relatively even in that quarter. So it's Nelson Bay, 6 goals, 10-46. Newcastle City, 3-10. We have an exciting last quarter coming up. Newcastle City goes to Watling, Rawnsley, and Nick Gill, and 6 individual goal kickers, Nelson Bay. Lucas Holmes.
Adam Grenier, Luke Price, Aaron Clayton, Billy Barton, and Ben and Jeremy Eddy.
We will be back with you shortly for what I'm sure will be a pulsating last quarter of football here at Dick Burwell Oval. Back with Lucas.
It's like I'm dreaming, you're the one I'm all about. Say
The Havel H2. From just $23,990 drive away. Every drive is a surprise. Have it all.
G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL.
You're looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval and their range of affordable SUVs.
We want to give a massive thank you to all of the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL sponsors.
Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club.
GE Industrial Solutions.
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort.
ISC.
Prime 7.
Bar TV Sports.
The Entertainment Grounds.
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery.
Marks Men Workforce.
Please support our sponsors that support us.
And we'll catch you on the radio 6 till 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
Here we go, Lucas Holmes. This will be one of the best quarters we've commentated on. It's going to be on for young and old.
Here we go, David. Looking forward to it.
Nelson Bay are 1 quarter away from a famous victory.
Yeah.
Newcastle City have got the wherewithal and the ability to come back from this and kick the 19 points they need to be in front.
And the breeze.
They have a breeze. Now, to be fair, that breeze out there that we can see has been stronger today, but it just comes and goes, but it's always there. Yep. Interestingly, Max Quinlan's gone in the middle, and goodness gracious me, here we go. Everybody in the comm boxes, look, everybody's tense. I was wondering if we could get someone at the back to shut that door for us, please, if you don't mind. Thank you. It is not Force 10 from Neverone, but it's close. Feels like it's coming from the Snow Mountains, that one, Louis.
Yeah,
you can have a look at there's Clay. That's Audrey's shot. You can see the wind in the background. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is rock and roll time. Sudden death football. Doesn't get any better than this. Bar TV. Lucas Holmes and David Redden with you. Comes out. Blanchfield can't get a kick on it. Thornton at the bottom of the pack. Seen at the bottom of the pack. Barton reads it. Needs to get it.
Side, though.
Yeah, didn't. Went check side and did a good job of it, actually. Good contest. Ericsson provides it. Need to pick this up. Jay Reimers at the bottom of that pack along with Mitchell Knight. And they get a stoppage. The more stoppages that Nelson Bay can get this quarter, that will suit them the most, especially if they can do it in around this area here.
And they would like this weather to come in as well, I would imagine.
I think they'd like an absolute monsoon at the moment, Louis. Anything. Freund. Oh, that's a throw. Not paid. Reimer gets that ball up in the air. One play needs to go up. Clayton roves it well. He's looking around for options. Now he's in trouble. Drops a football, not tackled, no free kick. Durbridge gets the turnover. Oh, good contest and help. I beg your pardon. Not a good contest. Jackson Crawford, a free kick. Centre wing. Got to give it back on the full, son, quickly. That's 50. You can't do those things in finals. Gracious me. Jackson Crawford's going to have a shot at goal from
30?
45. It's tough. He's got to come back on that mark. Undisciplined act early in this first quarter. Sorry to sound ruthless, but it was. Crawford, one of the most important kicks in his career. Goes right. So Newcastle City, importantly, inside 3 straight kicks now. That was Newcastle City, Louis.
Oh, it was too.
Newcastle City, 3 goals, 11-29. Nelson Bay, 6-10-46. So inside the 3-goal mark. Taken by Ben Eddy. Jaden Reimer's on his own out near the shot put cage. And that ball's going to be called as a throw-in. So 2 minutes elapsed time. I think there'll be a lot of stoppages in this quarter, Lucas.
Yes.
And umpires are going to need to be on their at the absolute best because there's going to be lots and lots of tiny things. I honestly hope, I'll state it now, hope they let it go.
Yep.
Let them play. Let the boys play. Barton and Quinlan, these 3 are experienced enough to do exactly that.
They are.
Max gets a big thump. That's worth a kick. Beautifully read. Liam Dwyer's over there. Watling takes his eye off the ball. Sean gets that out with a knee. Not sure if that classifies as a kick. Gillingham at the bottom. Sam Payne ended under there. He won't get knocked off the football easily. Ben Grace is in there as well. On the 50-metre arc we are. Almost 3 minutes elapsed time. What a quarter we've got in front of us. Lucas Holmes. Wow.
We sure do, David. As Barton grabs the ball out of the ruck.
Tries to. Doesn't get hold of it. Another stoppage. Nelson, this will be the quarter of stoppages for Nelson Bay. No one inside the 50-metre arc for Nelson Bay. That's not a surprise. Not one player. Mitchell Knight. Patrick Gillingham screws it around over his shoulder. That's a dangerous position. Duval comes third man in and gets it away from Gill. Clayton gets it down to himself. Caught. Oh, gets a handball out somehow. I don't know how. Jeremy gets it football. Not held. Sorry, Ben. I beg your pardon. Smothered and stopped by Sam Payne. That's the dead pocket. And that's, if Nelson Bay want to have, again, I'm thinking of Nelson Bay, Newcastle City need to be daring and come this side because they're not going to kick goals that side. It's very hard. Max Quinlan in the ruck with Barton. Barton should have too much body strength for Quinlan as the 17-year-old does his best. Reimer had to be a good handball to Thornton. Beats 1, beats 2. Perfect work. Harry Freund cascades through the middle. What a spot to Luke Price. Now, Luke's going to think about it. There are players running left, right and centre for him. Ericsson's on. Ericsson is absolutely free, and he can kick that distance. So, lovely chain play by Nelson Bay. And Ericsson has to go back and work this through. We saw Jackson Crawford almost at the exact same spot last quarter. The ball went narrow side. Ericsson's going to kick this to the right. Gets it up. Mark! That's going to be a tough angle, but that's a mark to Luke Price. Now, does he go left-footed around the corner? Yes. That's exactly what Price is going to do. Let's see if one of the most skillful players in the league can kick this. Doesn't. Back to 3-goal margin. 6-11-47. Newcastle City 3-11. Lucas J. Holmes.
And Durbridge came in late to make sure, on that 10-metre arc, to make sure he didn't have any more room to come around. So very disciplined there from Ethan Durbridge.
I was worried about Price. I usually do talk about that 10-metre person coming in. At the back here is... Sean goes up a bit early. Barton. Taps it over his head wisely. 2-on-1. Jeremy can't pick it up. That's
Contact
a free kick.
Net.
That's a free kick beneath the knees every day to Mitchell Knight. Sorry. Buddy Franklin got pinged for that last night too, Lucas. He's holding the ball. Mitchell Knight gets the football. He'll probably go long. Does. Gets it to the 50, to the edge of the square. Got to take those balls. Ben Eddy picks it up. Ericsson gets a football. Chops it up in the air. Got to make a contest, Jeremy. Does. Good one. Big bump. No tackle made. O'Malley roads it. He's a tough rooster. Watling. Great tackle, Grenier. Beautifully read by Durbridge. Hits Gill magnificently. Lace out. Nelson Bay will try and clog this up. Gill might take a ping. Nicholas Gill! Oh, he's hit the post! Oh, my goodness me. 3-12-30. Nelson Bay 6-11. LJ.
Had the length for that. Nick Gill got very, very close.
Wow.
Had the wind at his back too. Hit the goal post about half post height.
This game ain't over yet, my friend.
It isn't.
Oh, lovely mark, Ben Eddy in front of O'Malley up there on the flank. He's got a nice pair of hands, Ben Eddy. Ball drops short. No, needed to take that in front of him, actually. Bit of inexperience by Hearn. All over him. Now that ball's come out, so it can't be paid for holding the man. On the ball, sorry. Over there on that dead side. We've gone 6 minutes 40 elapsed time. Quinlan and Hearn are in this one. Max is doing a really good job. Hits his coach. Knight keeps the ball in. Over to Hearn. He's got to be composed here. Got to get people around the ball. Reimer's looking outside. That's almost holding the ball. No. Payne's come out of that. Seen on his left. Who's he going to hit? He can't. The ball's in a dangerous area and he's out of bounds, I believe. 7 minutes to elapsed time. We'll give you some time checks later on off the actual clock, but there's no need yet. Lots of time to go yet. 17 points of difference in this pulsating and tight. Lucas, I said 10 goals will win this. It looks like 8 or 9 will. Hearn couldn't get a hands on it. Chris Eddy, trouble. Gill over the shoulder. How's he got it there? Must have been touched off the boot. Dangerous part of the world. You can see that breeze. It has picked up once more. It is now really started to come in hard. From the right of screen to left, supporting Newcastle City in this quarter. Expected to be a lot of play in this part of the ground. Mayo Luck, a good throw in. Hearn and Keast. Oh, Crawford misses it. Grace out. Trouble. Patrick. Oh, you haven't kicked that, Pat Gillingham. Or is it Liam Dwyer? No, it's Dwyer. Lovely goal, Dwyer. Really, really good under enormous pressure. Goodness me, we've got a game on now, Louis.
We sure do, David.
4-12-36, Nelson Bay, 6 goals, 11. It's only 11 points the difference. Dwyer with a magnificent snap. And here we go. Dwyer sitting out the back here, unattended, from a very tight angle. And, wow. Now Nelson Bay have got to kick a major this quarter. They cannot sit back and put the cue on the rack because these blokes in navy blue will not stop coming at them.
They will not, David. They have the class and experience all around the park to keep going and going.
Patrick Lardy with the football. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Who's gone in? Looks like Louis Jews has gone in. That's two unforgivable errors this quarter, Nelson Bay. Max is looking. Kicks it, attacking side. Clayton's gone back in defence. Clayton just rushed back to there in the quarterback area. Trouble coming. Got to pick it up. Thornton's going to stay on his feet. Does a wonderful job. That ball needs to go out. No, it doesn't. It's going to come back. Here's Mac O'Malley. Oh, tackled and gone.
The ball's gone out of bounds.
Oh, gracious. Yeah, the crowd didn't like it either, so good decision, Lally.
Still a good result, though, for Nelson Bay getting the ball about 70 metres around from goal.
Oh, how good was Thornton? So Hearn and Quinlan, good throw-in. Max has got that one again. He's been very good today for a 17-year-old kid. Clayton at the back where he set himself up. Ducked his head, I thought. Could have been pinged. Cade Triffett out to Baker. Smothered. Nelson Bay a chance. No, Durbridge. Off the back comes Harry Keast. Finds Abe Gibson. That player on the mark's gone over the mark. Hardakainen's got the chance. What a good pair of hands, Jay Scott. Nelson Bay under all sorts of pressure at the moment. Hardakainen goes short. Who's he found? Oh, my goodness. Is that Jackson? Yeah. They're not going to stop, Lucas. They are just going to keep on running and running and running. Jackson Crawford off a superb mark and pass from Jake Hardakainen. Has this kick not overly far out, dead set in front. Again, the wind is moderate rather than hugely influential. Jackson Crawford. Oh, my goodness, he's missed. So, Newcastle City, 4 goals, 13, and will that end up costing them? Reminiscent of last year's final between Cardiff and Nelson Bay, with the shooting.
Yep.
Nelson Bay 6 goals, 11-47. It's a 10-point gap. So Newcastle City 2 kicks from leading. And we've gone 11 minutes elapsed time by the time this ball comes back from the Daintree. And I might add, we're not losing time at the moment. The clock has stopped. Chris Eddy, David Woods right, Ben Grace left. Grace is covered, so Chris Eddy's got to put it in. Mark take it, Patrick Gillingham at the back. Squares it. Doesn't quite get it properly. Oh, Courtney Knight should have taken that. Oh, here we go. Harry Freund. Oh, pushing the back. That play here has got to push it. Is it Nick Gill? Yep. Nick Gill has got to push in the back. So watching. Gill's at the back. Oh, please don't tell me that's a push. He's just fallen. Oh, it's Knight. Knight's got the kick. I didn't think it was Gill. So every day of the week I'll back Courtney Knight to kick this. Lucas has got the scores ready. Courtney Knight to make this a 4-point game. And the vastly experienced Courtney Knight makes this a 1-kick game of football. It is tense up here. Newcastle City 5-13, Nelson Bay 6-11-47. LJ.
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy, the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. They're also proud supporters of the Black Diamond AFL.
Wow. Twice in a row they've done this, City. They're not in front yet. So Nelson Bay's got to come back and find a way. It's been a lot of traffic. There's 2 goals this quarter, Lucas. Last 3 games of the match to Newcastle City. Is that right?
Yes. Rawnsley late in the 3rd, and then Liam Dwyer and Courtney Knight in the 4th.
12 and a half minutes elapsed time gone this quarter. Max Quinlan's been terrific in the ruck. Barton back out there in the middle. They're much better off with Barton. No disrespect to Hearn, but he's the best tap ruckman here at the moment. Barton gets it out. Tapped out beautifully by Price. Now man's free. Goes long at the back. Let's see if he can take... Oh, that's almost an incredible mark to Jeremy. And as I said, it's almost. Now here's a chance for it to come back. Spencer keeps that ball. Didn't keep it in. So, well done, City. They've ridden that pressure. Jeremy nearly took an extraordinary mark. And 13 minutes 22. I'll give you a time check in a few minutes. Cade Triffett with the footy. Abe Gibson's come from a long way away.
Price.
And picked off by the great Luke Price. Now, Newcastle City want plays in the slot. Goes short! And that wasn't, I thought, the option to a 1-on-4 with anywhere near Hadacon. Trouble! There's a lot of... Can they fit him? Barton's on his wrong side. And the lack of an efficient right foot cost him there. Jackson Crawford with the football. Carter Faithful and Brains just right at the back there in the Maroon Jackets, watching intently to see who their finals opponents will be next week. Oh, goodness me. Here's a chance. And he's dropped the mark. Who's going to get this important footy? Nelson Bay's got it. Jeremy Eddy crosses the ball. Anyone's football, really. Beats Hartikainen. Oh, gone! Not paid. Jeremy Eddy! Jeremy Eddy! No goal. Point to Nelson Bay. I thought there was a high tackle there to Newcastle City, to be fair.
Yeah.
Nelson Bay 6 goals, 12. Newcastle City, Nelson Bay 6-12. Newcastle City 5-13. 5 points the gap. Time check, guys. How much left, please?
9 minutes, David.
A lot of time left. Lots of football left. Thank you, guys. Lots of stoppages, as we thought there might be. Ball bamboozles everybody. Here's a chance. Mac O'Malley running past. Goes shortish. Oh, what a mark! Is that Patrick Gillingham? Yep. DeVal was all over him like a bad suit. Gets that ball long. Gill's on his own. He's dragged out of that. I thought Nick Gill was dragged out of that. Sorry, Oh, look out. Seen's got a chance. That'll be marked by Grace, I reckon. Yep. Now, Grace is not a long kick or dispose of the footy. That's gone out of the hazard. Oh, Ben Eddy's done a great job and it's out. Needed to take the mark. So, sorry, just going back there, I swear I saw a drag out on Nick Gill. Sorry to do that to you, lovely jacket,
That's
Lucas.
Right. It's all good.
Lucas Holmes, ladies and gentlemen, best expert commentator in the business. He's doing a great job as always for us. Great to be here with you, Louis.
Thank you, David. Cam Keast was just seen in the ruck. He's been good all day.
Very solid. Really strong. And ball's in and under. It's under Batten at the moment.
16 minutes gone. Nelson Bay up by 5 points. So Newcastle City still within a kick. Nelson Bay have to score a goal to win this game. It's as simple as that. Deval, little short handball comes out. No mistakes can be made here. Grinia comes off at an inopportune time. It must be his rotation. And he's going to have to be replaced quickly. There's Mitchell Knight coming onto the field. Keast beats Barton that time. Deval does well. Smothered off the boot. Chance Gillingham. Fends off. Gets the ball forward. Touched. Who's in there? Oh, look out. Touched again. Chris Eddy in there. And over the shoulder, I think, to Todd Thornton is the decision against Jack Crawford.
Yeah.
So Todd Thornton gets the football. Just go back and take your kick, son. Ericsson's out here. He's still on Ericsson. No one's near him. Mitchell Knight's now noticed. He doesn't want to kick against the breeze, Lucas. Thornton's got to keep that ball in. He has. Oh, it's dropped short. Wow. So here's an opportunity. Now, that's a very, very, very difficult kick. Baker. Okay, so Baker's got to produce a miracle kick from there. You'd almost think he'd chop it up at hot spot. He has. He's gone short. And picked off by David Wood right in front of Courtney Knight. David Wood goes short and finds Clayton, who's drifting back to try and get a kick and help his team out. Benetti's got to stand and wait, and he does. Good, calm football, Lucas. One step, Benetti. That's not an opportune kick. Jaden Reimer's cut off by Macaulay O'Malley. 17.5 gone. Oh, that ball's come sideways. You wouldn't believe it. Payne's going to go back on that mark. Does. Payne. Went over the mark, Louis. Mark by Deval. Oh, that's been called touch. So that, under the explanation you gave me earlier in the season, that player might not be aware that it's been touched and it's not holding the ball.
Correct.
Have I listened to you, Lucas?
You have.
Thank you. Doesn't happen often.
It does.
Ball favours Barton. Looking for kicks in there. Deval over his shoulder in desperation. Here's a big ball. Oh, great body strength, Joel Eriksson. He's got Louis Juice free in the wing if he can spot him. Now, Louis got too much pace to Mitchell Knight. Oh, he steps over. Oh, goodness me, how can he do that? Pressure, guys, pressure. Stephen Batten. No, 3-on-1. Well done. I think that's Thornton, it is. Oh, he's cramped. Left foot cramp. Stands on one leg and gets it wide to Grace. Black on the mark. Grace isn't a long kick. He's going to have to go down the line, I think. Should be picked up by Durbridge, isn't. Gets the ball, though. Look out, he's a left footer. Oh, good tackle. Price has got to get rid of that. Does. Benetti kicks it as far as he can. Grinia, can he contest? He does against Hartikainen. Just runs straight off the bench. Holding the man to Hartikainen. And in fact, Reimer's done a good job holding Knight up.
Yeah.
Because, and Reimer's wounded, he's held him up to make the kick back, go back to Hartikainen. Goes short, misses his target. Harry Freund, Stephen Batten's too strong. It's a 2-on-2. Who can mark this one? No one. Courtney Knight. Courtney Knight. Courtney Knight. Oh, misses. Hit the post. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. You are kidding me. 5-14-44. Nelson Bay 6-12-48. Holy cow. This is so exciting to call, guys. It really is. Oh, Mark East comes from a long way back. This will take every bit. He'll probably get the distance. It's getting it right.
Yeah.
Cameron Keast, Newcastle City are coming like a freight train at the moment. Right inside 50. Cam Keast. Narrow side. Another behind. Newcastle City 5-15-45. Nelson Bay 6-12-48. Get those extra time rules ready, guys. It's 5 minutes each way, everybody. We've already sussed that out. It's 5 minutes each way if we get to a draw. Chris Eddy. Time back on. Market should be taken by Price. He's swarmed. Benetti left footer. And out of bounds on the full. So back it comes quickly. Macaulay O'Malley's gone square. Who's he gone to? Keast, again, he's been terrific today. Seens wants the football. Now he's a good kick. Dwyer's here. No, he's got someone on him here. Watch here. Watch it centre half forward on the. So it's not on your screen. We're going to Orgy's camera. Yeah, there it is. Right in there. They'll stop the short ball. Seen 52 metres out. Another behind. 5:16:46, 6:12:48. Time check, gentlemen.
3 minutes, David.
Thank you, Lucas. 3 minutes of real time left. It's 2 points. What a thriller we've witnessed today. Nelson Bay still haven't kicked a goal this last quarter. Nah, get up. That's an Academy Award performance.
Do you need to take a bit of time off the clock here?
Well,
Sorry,
they
David.
can. They can. Every time.
It's come straight in the air, however.
Bennett's in front. Oh, beautiful. That's over the shoulder. And there's the free kick they needed to get out in the open. Matthew Jews. Mac O'Malley, a bit crude on him. Matthew. No, sorry, it's Louis. He's gone square. Holy cow, are you kidding me? Chris Eddy at centre half back. Another mark. They can do this, Lucas. They don't need to score now.
Gill needs to be careful not to go over the mark.
That's got to be perfect. It's not. Jackson Crawford. No mark. Smothered. That's touched. Play on. And I'm sure that's touched.
Yeah.
It is. Yep. Pat Ali's called that touched. Time.
2 minutes.
2 minutes real time left. It's a 2-point thriller here at Dick Burwell Oval. This game befits a final. It's been great to watch and sensational to commentate. Honestly, it's fantastic to be here. Price a tap out. O'Malley's there. That will probably go out of bounds with Ben Eddy. Yep.
Plain and simple, David. Next goal wins.
Yes, and Nelson Bay have the advantage and they can shut the game down.
Yeah.
Barton and Keast. Nelson Bay cannot afford a free kick. Ball comes out. Little kick goes straight up in the air, but it's gone 15. Out it comes. Deval taps it down. Smart play. Not deliberate. Trying to get his man. 48-46. 6-12, 5-16. Lucas Holmes.
It sure is, David. Deep inside Newcastle City's attacking forward 50.
Indeed it is. Barton and Keast. Keast wins that one. Look out, danger. That's a point.
That's a win there for Nelson Bay, however, David.
It gets a clearance for them. So get those extra time rules out. Get the extra time rules out. Minute to go, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. So a minute of real time. Forget the clock on your left. That's elapsed time. There is a minute of time to go in this game at the moment. Chris Eddy. Long as he can. Almost a scream at the back. Barton gets a good tap out. Got to keep cool heads here. Jayden Reimer. Ball out. You couldn't quite get it out. It was mud. Sam Payne puts that ball back into the threshing mill. Oh, push out. Courtney Knight. Hang on. Just waiting for the umpire. They played a push out? Yes, they have.
Yes, they have.
They have played a push in the back, and that was there. Now, I couldn't agree with it. Patrick Lally's made an enormous decision there, and it's the correct one. I'm sure our viewers heard that in the background. And so, 24-21 gone. Ball coming back from the danger. Again, we are not losing time. When this ball's being searched for, we just have the clock stops. Okay. Chris said he's out of the square. Chris said he doesn't realise he's out of the square. Look, he's out of the square.
There's a free kick, David.
Oh, I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. I thought it was a kick in. Thank you, Lucas. Lost my concentration, everyone. My apologies. Going straight through his Bellman. Nelson Bay needs stoppages and need to keep it in there. Ryan Mudd's hurt over here with a crook shoulder. He's holding that shoulder just on the left of screen. They're down a play here. Who needs to go forward and get out of the play? Keast, Barton. Nick Gill's back in there. Kept in. Barton gets that ball. Another stoppage. 25 minutes gone. It's 1 point. Nelson Bay. 1.
It's over.
Oh, that's unbelievable. What a result. I have to eat humble pie. I cannot believe that Nelson Bay have done that. That is an extraordinary performance, Lucas Holmes. Mate, I'm speechless. That's just such a wonderful thing to be here and call that. Lucas, your thoughts, mate?
As you and I both alluded to, as you just alluded to earlier, and our thoughts before the game, it's totally against the odds. Nelson Bay definitely helped there at home, though. Home crowd support. They play this ground unbelievably well. It's a great result for Nelson Bay.
Look, I'm stunned. It was a wonderful game of football, superb to call, great to watch. And Nelson Bay have made consecutive preliminary finals. And honestly, they in the second half of the season, they were below poor.
Yep.
They were poor.
Well, we did that game at Fane Oval a few weeks ago. They're on the end of about a 70-point thrashing to Warners Bay, and a month later they turn out this performance. Unbelievably well done by Sean McGrath and his troops.
That's an extraordinary performance. It really is. Newcastle City will go back tonight, and I'm not sure what they'll be thinking, but 5. There you are. 5 goals, 17 to 6 goals, 12. I thought that 8 or 10 goals would win, and 6 does. Remarkable. Goal kickers. Nelson Bay, 6 goal kickers. Adam Grinya, Luke Price, Aaron Clayton, Billy Barton, Ben Eddy, and Jeremy Eddy. And 5 goal kickers for City. Aidan Watling, Courtney Knight, Luke Rawnsley, Nicholas Gill, and Liam Dwyer. A remarkable game of football and an even bigger upset. That's one of the biggest upsets of football I've ever seen, to be quite honest with you. Quite amazing game of football. Lucas Holmes, our best players for both sides. Starting off with Nelson Bay for the Bar Petit Award.
Adam Grinya, I thought, was really good.
Todd Thornton.
Yeah, Thornton. Who else?
Mate. Ben Eddy was good. Yeah. Chris Eddy was good.
Chris Eddy actually did a really, really good job down back.
I'm happy with Chris Eddy. I'm happy with Chris Eddy. That's fine.
Yep.
So Chris Eddy gets Bar Petit. No, that's that one there. I'll knock that down so I can get to Gary. Newcastle City. Oh, Cam Keast.
Yep.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen, honestly, an extraordinary performance from that side there, Nelson Bay. I don't know where they've drawn them from. They started off and just what came out at a bull at a gate, hardly kicked any goals in the second half, and have still hung on and produced a superb backs-to-the-wall performance. And I've got to eat humble pie. I thought they'd get trashed today, and they didn't. So a wonderful performance, and next week we will have
a rematch.
A massive one. Nelson Bay and Cardiff at Newcastle #1 Sports Ground. With thanks to our wonderful camera operators, Audrey and Clay, who've done a sensational job in very difficult conditions. Liam, our terrific EP, who's put together 2 full games of football. Lucas Holmes.
As well, David, we have the GE Women's Grand Final, which will be between the Newcastle City Football Club and the winner of this next game between Nelson Bay and Gosford.
Correct, and that'll be a cracker. The weather's going to close in and whatever else, so will be very interesting. That's all from us today on what's been a great day to call. It was our pleasure, wasn't it, Lucas Holmes?
Sure was, always is, David.
I hope people have turned their volumes down because I think I might have got a bit louder that last quarter. But look, it's been a pleasure to be here. Thanks to Liam, Clay and Audrey. Lucas Holmes, fantastic performance as always, mate. Great to call with you.
Thank you, David.
Mate.
Likewise.
Look forward to seeing you tomorrow at Adelaide Street Oval.
Yep.
On behalf of Lucas Holmes, my name's David Redden. On behalf of the Bar TV crew, it's a very good afternoon from Nelson Bay. Nelson Bay winners by a point and progress to the preliminary final next week. Thank you all. See you soon.
G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL.
If you're looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family, check out Hunter Haval and their range of affordable SUVs.
We want to give a massive thank you to all of the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL sponsors.
Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club,
GE Industrial Solutions,
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort,
ISC,
Prime 7,
Bar TV Sports,
The Entertainment Grounds,
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery,
Marks Men Workforce.
Please support our sponsors that support us.
And we'll catch you on the radio 6 to 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
It's like I'm dreaming, you're the one I'm all about. Say
The Havel H2. From just $23,990 drive away. Every drive is a surprise. Have it all.